Welcome to 𝐄𝐓𝐇𝐄𝐂, your top of investing, finance, and professional development. It's record time of 8:44 a.m. on Eastern Time on June 29th on Wednesday morning on the East Coast. Ethereum closed at $1,108, that about close to 3% so far. Respect over crypto market and the equity market on this Wednesday morning. Seems like the overall market is just trying to regain its footing. Still trying to decide like which way are we going. But obviously, on a macro perspective, on a technical front, we know what the inertia and the momentum looking like at the moment. And just checking on the media front so far, seems like some selective micro catalyst that's driving some stir among some consumer companies like Bed Bath and Beyond. Seems like they are replacing their executive management team, the CEO specifically. With respect to the sales plummeting recently due to obviously the high commodity price, but seems like on a strategic perspective, the executive have they did not take the proactive measure onto fixing or adjusting or maneuvering through this treacherous cycle that we're experiencing at the moment. So obviously, with that being said, drive the investors' confidence to be lower, subsequently drive the stock price to go down from there. In addition to that, I'm also seeing some ominous factors that's showing on the news. Seems like a crypto hedge fund, which is a relatively reputable one. It's called Three Arrow Capital. It seems like they are plunging into liquidation, and with respect to overall crypto market sell off, it seems like they have lost a quiet amount of money on behalf of their investors. So they're working with a debt provider. They're working with some other financial institution to try to resuscitate and just try to survive at the moment. So definitely not a good signal to the market. Obviously, seeing a crypto fund manager, a reputable one as well, on the verge of basically bankrupt. In addition to that, I am also seeing some interesting news around the July 4th holiday weekend that's coming. It seems like there's some challenges operationally among a lot of airline companies with respect to just a lack of pilots. There's a shortage going on in the U.S. While at the same time, with respect to some of the maneuver that they have to struggle with around like flight cancellations and stuff like that. So seems like Delta specifically, they're offering some free flight changes, just to I guess replenish some of the demands that they are lacking at the moment. Knowing the fact that we're still in the middle of a pandemic, and obviously with respect to like the flight costs are a little bit more is higher because of gas prices is higher, right? Oil prices is dipped down back to more of a normalized level, but it's still high, right? It was still like $113 per barrel. Obviously much better than when we were trading at around like $125 per barrel. So we have some cost savings, but it's still expensive, right? And also with the shortage of pilots, and the summer season travel, just it's more expensive flights than other times, right? And looking at the 10-year yields as well is also kind of levitating around the same level, around 3.17%. So yeah, so I would say collectively the market again, right? Like I mentioned already, it's just trying to find its footing, right? Like what's the next logical steps that investors should be doing, right? But something we know, unfortunately and honestly, that the technical doesn't lie, right? And we know where it's going. So let's just refocus and dive right into the technical before we waste any more time. So respect to recording time of 8:48 a.m. on the Eastern Time. Ethereum closed at $1,110, that about close to 3% so far. You can see that clearly on the technical front, we are breaking below the 1150, right? We're basically heading down to the thousands again, right? So the next level to that will technically be gliding down to will be 1050, and then subsequently to the 950, 850, 750, but the real level doesn't hit until 750. You can see that MACD is already curving down, and also on the RSI is also negative. So across the whole chart, is quite bearish, right? And Bitcoin is at the cusp of breaking 20,000 at the moment. You could see that we're down about 1%, at the 31 out of 70. So ideally coming down to the next level of support would be 19,500 all the way to the next level 18,500, 17,500 respectively, which is technically what we formed at the bottom on this 18th of June, early this month. Classic, you see the same thing, right? Negative across the spectrum, like all negative, right? Coming down to the next level, basically 1350 all the way to 1250 from there. Dogecoin is flat. Same thing, right? Negative, 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 coming down all the way to like the flat numbers, right? 60 cents, not 60 cents, like 6 cents, 5 cents, 4 cents respectively from there. Cardano down by 1% so far at 45 cents, coming down to like the next level of basically 40 cents, 35 respectively. Solana down 12% so far at $35 at the moment, right? So right now we basically try to consolidate around the level that we are at right now, but you can see that clearly we still have some room to go down to as we cross down and cross up. So coming down at breaking the current level of 41 out of 70, coming down to more ideally at 30. That means like $26 or $25 is coming. XRP is down 7% so far at 30 cents right now. Same thing, negative, 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 coming down to like somewhere around like the flat numbers, like 25 cents or 20 cents from there. It's more logical. Polkadot down 10% so far at $7, so coming down like $6.50, $6, 6 cents respectively. It is coming down like across the whole chart. Algorand's down 10% so far, coming down to the next level, basically like the flat numbers, right? 25, 20 cents respectively as we cross down and cross up, right? Shiba Inu broke the 4 digits again, so coming down to ideally to the bottom of basically 800. But I think like crossing down below 800 again is more logical, like maybe even 650 from there, like all the flat numbers, right? Polygon up 4% so far. We try to recuperate, but I don't know if this is sustainable. So ultimately to cross down and cross up, right? So ideally coming down to, you know, all the flat numbers like 45, 40, 35 cents obviously respectively. And then lastly for AVAX is negative across the spectrum. Negative, negative, negative. So coming down like all the flat numbers, right? 1750 is where we at right now. 1650, $16, 1550, $15. Okay. Oh, it seems like Bitcoin did break 20,000 already. So we are seeing a slow bleed at the moment, which is what it is. So more pain is coming, but I hope that, you know, I just hope for a less volatile weekend as we're heading on to the July 4th weekend, which I hope that many of us will just spend some time to relax and spend time with the family and stuff. But yeah, hopefully this is helpful and have a good rest of the day. And I'll check you on the next one. Take care.